battle with their own vote. With every single person who favors Trump shows up at the polls, he will win. But there's no margin for error.
Hi guys, welcome back to Metaphor RePhantazio. We're about 2 hours into it, okay? Level 5, and we're on 6-6. So there's, we're at the Nord Mines, just before going in, okay? Still pretty much beginning of the game. I mean, most of it's been story for the 2 hours. I haven't really done much. It's been one tutorial type thing, but Naked tutorial boss I went through last episode. Ah, good. Okay, I remember now.
We shouldn't just rely on party bureaucracy or something like that. Each of us have a responsibility as a citizen, like we did during our founding. The Thomas Paines and the Paul Revere's. It seems to me we have a responsibility as people who want this country, not just to vote early, and then figure out how you can help. Make sure your family members vote, your friends vote, your colleagues, your coworkers are going to vote with us. Take some extra step. Don't sit back and expect somebody else to do the work for us, even though those things are going on. Like I said, there's tens of millions of us. We're an army of interest. We need to really laser focus to get involved. We've got about 2 weeks left.
People got to, if they can, they should volunteer to be poll workers to make sure the vote's honest. They should volunteer to help turn out the vote, to go walk the neighborhood. You see what it should happen. You mentioned this in earlier comments. You have a propaganda media on the other side trying to give Kamala Harris billions of dollars of COVID-funded coverage. What we have on our side is tens of millions of people talking to their neighbors, their family, their friends, and our ability as humans can offset everything that the propaganda media does. So I would say to everybody who's truly pro-Trump, talk to your
Fucking controller, give me a break. I got a top of the cord's a little weird on it, so it just disconnects and connects when I put it down and pick it up sometimes. Just pisses me off like to no end. It's about Stroll.
I was in the administration, the regular administration, for 8 years. You were Speaker of the House. This has to be the most badly handled hurricane or natural disaster of my lifetime. Kamala Harris was on the West Coast farming with her governor building, but in 4 days people watching. Joe Biden is letting people hang out on the Hoboken beach. And they're affected when the people on the ground who are suffering, who've lost family members, who don't have water and food, are complaining, where's FEMA? They're offended when child organizations are there early and fast. They're offended when veterans are there flying their own helicopters and planes to bring in food. They're offended when Elon Musk does what he does and Trump does what he does. This was in Congress and Biden, and now they talk about disinformation and they attack Trump. He's un-American, and people are going to die if you dare to criticize this regime. If you dare to criticize the government. What do you think of this?
You put it right. This is probably, particularly in North Carolina and the mountains, the worst handled hurricane we've ever seen. Kamala Harris did not go to a single briefing in 4 years, and Governor DeSantis said she had never called him once about all the hurricanes that hit Florida while she was vice president. He didn't get involved until it was a campaign issue. I think it's a disgrace. I think we need to replace FEMA with a much better system. And I think we need to recognize that Biden and Harris have failed the country and failed the American people.
And you know, Newt, when you look throughout the government, every department's like this now. When you're not a leadership, you're not a statesman, you know, people who are too lazy to get into the after another. And I want to continue with this when we return. We'll be right back. The issue of animal cruelty and animal suffering
Don't.
in this country is an enormous issue. It's easy sometimes to kind of disassociate with something that's not right in front of you. Our commercials are showing footage, and it's often a softened version of what's actually occurring in these situations. You see dogs, kids, heavier than the right mind. And this is how this dog lives in its entire life. Basically a circle. This is its whole existence. Dogs with no protection from illness, to be without shelter, without, sometimes they're just left to languish until they die. But we need your support more urgently than ever. So go online, call, or scan this code to save an animal who's suffering. When I think about the suffering that I see in this culture, it is so much more common than people think. And so much worse. But today, you can take one simple action to save an animal's life. Just scan this code, or you can visit our website or call this toll-free number and sign up with your $19 monthly gift. You save lives. That's our goal. Do it in the next 5 minutes, and we'll send you this exclusive t-shirt and welcome kit. If you are there in person and you see what we're seeing and you hear the cries and the whimpering and you feel the fear, I think most people will feel that.
Shit.
Please hear their cries. Listen
Hit the
to
keyboard.
and help them. Go online, call, or stand down. Substance use disorder and
Nord Mines, here we are now.
isolating. And so, as a black woman in recovery, hope must be black. The moment I chose hope was when I couldn't look myself in the mirror anymore. I did not recognize myself. I'm so proud. I didn't think I was gonna make it. And now, I get to call my mom and say I love her. I get to teach my son how to say, Mama, I love you. So for me, in this moment, it is trying to let you know that no matter what happens, you'll be okay. Chief Police found the body. Fox's new mystery series, Murder in a Small Town, is compelling with killer guest stars. You could watch it anytime. And every Tuesday, there's a whole mystery to be solved. My husband is missing. It's gonna be a busy couple days. Small Town, all new Tuesdays on Fox, and watch anytime on Hulu.
Welcome to Fox News Live. National Stromeyer in New York. Tensions continuing to rise in the Middle East after at least 4 Israeli soldiers were killed in a Hezbollah drone attack at an army base in central Israel. Officials saying more than 6 people were hurt, making it one of the bloodiest attacks on Israeli
Pictures are really good in these.
last October. All this time, Israel continues to
Man, I love the lore. I always take a minute to read the lore.
attack. U.S. officials believe they may target Iranian military bases and infrastructure. Here, in response to Iran is warning there are no
Fucking hell.
defending its country.
Keep touching my keyboard, man.
They continue to attack by Israel. And in a rare move, the U.S. is supporting around 100 troops to Israel to help bolster its air defenses. They will operate a missile defense system. I'm actually Stromeyer, back to Life, Liberty, and Movement.
Welcome back to America. Right here with former Speaker Newt Gingrich. Newt Gingrich, nothing seems to be under the Irish spy regime. The federal bureaucracy is out of control. The things the government's supposed to do well, safety and security, taking administrations, certainly in my lifetime, I've never seen anything like this. But really, it shouldn't surprise anyone. Biden never ran a damn thing. Harris never ran a damn thing. They're not exactly the brightest bulbs in the chandelier. These are maker. Well, I think the whole system you can show it. 80% of the American people, at the American Majority Project, 80% believe the government is corrupt. And by corruption, not just bribery and that sort of thing, they don't do their jobs. They get paid, but they don't show up. They literally, when you look at how long it took FEMA to start getting mobilized, and their values are wrong. You have $1 billion over here to take care of illegal immigrants, and oh, by the way, we're about to run out of money to take care of Americans. There's something sick about that. You find out that Harris was on the West Coast, that Biden was in the At the same time, Mayorkas, supposedly the head of Homeland Security, was at an awards ceremony in Los Angeles. There was nobody paying attention. And the system doesn't work. It's broken down. The bureaucracies are incompetent. This is true almost across the board. We're going to need a conservative populist reforming corruption movement that goes out there and takes this stuff out. I'm doing a piece of Getting 360 on replacing the whole process of FEMA, not just trying to repair it, but replacing it with a much different and much better approach. And that's what we're going to do almost across the board. Isn't this one of the reasons they hate Donald Trump? Because Donald Trump stirs the pot. Donald Trump does things. Donald Trump wants to fire people. Donald Trump brings a private sector attitude and Donald Trump's attitude to government. But the people in Washington, the ruling class, the establishment, they're fat, they're happy. Their donors are getting richer than ever before, while the middle class and others are suffering. I mean, I read inflation ticked up last month, but you didn't see that on the news. Unemployment numbers went up high, the highest last month in the entire year. You didn't see that on the news. Instead, you hear we're coming out of inflation, everything's going well, and so forth and so on as we go into the last day of the election. So this is one of the reasons they really want to cripple Donald Trump, put him in prison, whatever they have to do. It's because he's an annoyance, and because they fear him, and because he actually represents the people, and they actually represent the Washington oligarchs.
Yeah, but he's not an annoyance. He is a mortal threat to the power structure that has been here since 1932. If Trump wins this fall, and if he carries it in the Republican Senate and sustains the Republican House, he has a chance over next year to fundamentally change what is a truly corrupt system, and to begin to truly move us back towards a system where government of the people, by the people, and for the people, and one thing's right, really becomes possible again. That's why I think Donald Trump is the most important candidate in my lifetime.
He's historic figure, he's an iconic figure. Just look at the tax proposals he has out there. You know, he said tax cuts for billions. First, those tax cuts, 65% of them went to the middle class. But what is he proposing? No taxes on tips. Is that for billionaires? No taxes on Social Security. Is that for billionaires? And now you should be able to deduct as you could in the 70s, 60s, and 50s, interest you're paying on a car loan or a truck loan or something like that. All of these are aimed at working Americans, African Americans, retirees. They're not aimed at billionaires. I mean, Kamala Harris wants to pay $50,000 to this one, $25,000 to that one. People who took out loans shouldn't have to pay loans. Who is it that's the populist, and who is it that is trying to subsidize wealthy people?
Well, it's pretty clear. She represents the San Francisco left-wing billionaires, and she represents a world that's totally out of touch with America. And that's why, by the way, look at the size of Trump's crowd. 120,000 people in Butler, Pennsylvania. Astonishing. Why? Because they understand that he is their candidate representing their interest. That's what makes her. She's out hobnobbing with Hollywood stars and with Silicon billionaires. But Donald Trump is actually out there with an amazing number of people. And I think you're going to see in the next couple of weeks. And then the event is going to have a Madison Square Garden is going to be astonishing. And the contrast between Harris, who can't talk, can't do an interview. It's an embarrassment. And what CBS had to do in editing her answer, I think is a total scandal.
You see with the FCC data in 220 radio
Okay.
stations of George Soros. When you see this constant attack on free speech, social media earlier, Elon Musk exposed it, talking about misinformation or malinformation, people are daring to challenge this administration. You can see where this government is headed. The government hates the Bill of Rights. Well, Newt Gingrich, I want to thank you. God bless you, my friend. Got a little over 2 weeks left. Keep at it, baby.
Mark, keep pushing, keep fighting.
God bless you. We'll be right back.
Molly meeting was one thing, but then I thought mom's weak bones might keep us stuck. No way. If you have postmenopausal osteoporosis and are high risk for fracture, you can do more than just slow bone loss. You can build new bone in just 12 months with Evenity. Evenity is proven to reduce spine fracture risk by 73%. I heard her say the Evenity she's taking builds new bone. Builds new bone! Evenity can increase risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a cardiovascular problem. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions and low blood calcium have occurred. Tell your doctor about jawbone problems as they have been reported with Evenity, or about pain in your hip, joint, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred.
Rock and roll.
Building new bones. We dig it. On smartphones, ask your doctor about building new bone with Evenity.
My name is Justin, and I have spastic cerebral palsy.
There's a dragon in here we gotta kill too.
What is wrong the little things that I need help with. It is stress, being able to go out with your friends by yourself. Those are hard because you don't want if you need it.
Children like Jackson need continued support for the rest of their lives. And you can help. Please join the Easter series right now with your monthly gift.
The kids that you're helping, their goal is to be as independent as they can. These therapies help our son to achieve that goal.
Easter seals offers important disability and community services that can change your life forever. Please go on, call, or scan the QR code with your gift. Just nothing left.
But having that make a difference. Strength of Easter seals I can get through hard things. Don't give up. Keep trying.
Please visit helpeasterseals.com. Call or scan the QR code on your screen with your gift of $10 a month. And this Sunday is Easter.
Your help and your support, the need for it is endless.
Thank you. There's a lot of people with disabilities out there. People like me.
Please join Easter Seals with your monthly gift right now.
How many bathroom trips are you making each day? Try Super Vita Prostate Advance, the #1 selling formula in its category. Made with Prostafend, triple action blend, help reduce urges to urinate. Find it at Walmart or these retailers. What stuff is
Did I make a mistake with you? 911 started the final season funnel on Rescue High Service. Bucks. Tubi is proud to be free for all first responders, volunteers, teachers, and kids who skip class to throw rocks at windows. Because Tubi is free for everyone, and we need everyone. It's absolutely key that we hold the House of Presidents so we get our country back. We have a citizen candidate, a self-made businessman, Eric who is the Republican nominee running for the Senate in the state of Wisconsin. election is actually very, very close. He's running against the incumbent, who is a radical leftist who might as well be representing Massachusetts. Eric Humpty, welcome. Tell the American people a little bit about yourself.
Sure, great being on your show, Mark. Look, I'm your classic entrepreneur. I started my first company in my 20s. Went out to build multiple different companies. I'm married. I have 2 daughters, 3 grandchildren. I'm a diehard patriot. I love my country. That's why I've gotten into this. I also have a foundation that rescues children here in this country, but around the world through healthy homes, abandoned children, children sold into the sex trade, and in the case of Ghana, Africa, rescuing children out of slavery. So, as I said, I'm your classic entrepreneur, 4th generation Wisconsinite, and as you said, running against one of the most radical senators in the United States Senate, Senator Tammy Wolf.
Now, your positions on the border, your positions on so many issues, law and order, your positions on upholding the rule of law, the side of the central government, are quite different than your opponent, who truly is a radical. But I notice she's doing what all the Democrats are doing, who are trying to hold on to their seats by the skin of their teeth, and that is lie about their record and lie about their opponent's record. So now she's pretending to be a moderate, somebody who can work across party lines, somebody who believes in a secure border, somebody who claims to believe in democracy and the Constitution. And you, on the other hand, you're the devil incarnate, and they're spending enormous sums of money, which they get from these billionaire Democrat oligarchs, to lie about themselves and lie about people like you. Tell us about it.
Yeah, look, I mean, every single one of her ads literally is a lie. They're trying to make me out to be a Californian because I'm out of business there. I'm a 4th generation Wisconsin. They attack me on literally everything. And why are they doing it? Because she has failed on everything. If she had a record to run on, she'd be talking about her record. But she's failed on inflation. And she's voted for every crazy spending package. But she's been in Washington for 26 years. When she went there, we had $5 trillion in debt. Today, we have $36 billion in debt. She voted to open our southern borders. And look at all the problems that come with that. The fentanyl crisis. She actually has an ad saying she did something on fentanyl. She hopped on Tim Scott, Senator Tim Scott's bill. She was the 40th, I think, co-sponsor, and she had no involvement writing the bill, offering no amendments. Tim Scott said he never even talked to her in 2 years of and no involvement in that bill. So, everything she supports giving illegal immigrants cash payments. And from a cultural standpoint, look, I'm a family man. As I said, I have 2 daughters. She's been pushing this whole transgender guys competing in girls' sports, and the Department of Education and Agriculture are trying to force school districts here in Wisconsin and all over our country that if they don't allow guys to go into girls' locker rooms and bathrooms and play girls' sports, they're going to take away school lunch money and deprive them of our own taxes. So she's out there on every single issue. So, I'm staying on the issue. Look, I could report to switch my race from lean Democrat to a toss-up. The internal polls have it literally tied at this point in time. Wisconsin is the battleground state. If President Trump wins here, they cannot win the White House. And if I win, we'll not only take back control of the U.S. Senate for the next 2 years, but probably for the next 4 years. So, look, I love my country. That's why we're in it. I agree with everything that you were just talking about. It is so important. This election is so critical because the left wants to censor us. They want to change this country, totally remake it. They've done so much damage. That's why I just can't sit on the sidelines. I had to get in and try to save the country I love.
When we return, tell us some of the positions that you have taken that you believe that behind. It's how you achieve your representative from your position at Harris and Bernie Sanders and AOC and tell even the rest of them have. We'll be right back.
infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression, which may help preserve vision long. So shift gears and get going. Don't delay. Indulge without Izervay.
One of my favorite supplements is Qunol Turmeric. Turmeric helps with healthy joints and inflammation support. And Qunol is the number one doctor recommended form of turmeric. Qunol, the brand I trust.
The stage is set.
With the end he deserves. The igniter's powerful, but it takes care and calculation to wield. If you sense danger, steal your defense.
Sean breaks down the stage. You must see inside the ball style. Monday on Disney.
I'll cut you down. The freedom of a one.
My next guest is
In the name of justice, are you prepared?
you see this?
Hack and slash.
Last 2 years, that I've been on my own, it's been similar to my dad's week. You know, what you can see that I deal with for things like food, keeping the cost of food down, hopefully groceries and other necessities that just always make me smile. Thanks to Eddie Grant, he's like himself, with great healthy.
Excellent. Sheesh.
Welcome back to America. We're here with Eric Houghton. Washington, D.C. says the economy is humming along. Inflation is no longer a problem. The price of fuel, the price of food, it's not a problem. In fact, last month we created 256,000 new jobs, which is what, 6,000 jobs, 5,000 jobs in the state. Then I see that inflation hasn't gone away. I saw these numbers the other day. And in fact, we had the highest increase in unemployment last month in the entire year. What do you tell Washington, D.C. and your opponent about people who are trying to make ends meet? Some people have 2 jobs, some people are retired. And when they go to the grocery store, they go to the gas station, they go to places, they're not feeling the love that Washington says that they're pouring out all over the country. Look, they're trying to deceive people, but people feel what's happening to their lives. 55% of Americans were in a recession. Why? Because they have been in a recession. Their real wages over the last 3.5 years have declined by 2.1%. To put that in perspective, under Donald Trump, real wages increased by 7.7%. So you can try to spin, or they can try to spin all they want, but people know what's happened to their pocketbook and their purchasing power because they devalue the dollar. And they have been wrong on everything. And by the way, Mark, all the evidence is of deficit spending. Deficit spend, all you're doing is stealing from the future. So they're jeopardizing our future. We have as I said, $36 trillion of debt. Interest costs on our debt is $1 trillion a year. So, my first thing is, obviously, we got to close our southern border. But, when you cut yourself a hole, you've got to stop digging. And Washington just wastes money in a massive way. And we've got to get serious about fixing our financial mess. And that's my plan to get there. And as I said, if people can help out, go to erichubby.com and help my campaign. Look at my world in the financial markets, the banking, real estate. Our healthcare system is broken. We've got to fix that. Obamacare promised the healthcare costs would slow down and access would improve, and you keep your family doctor. Well, everything was wrong. The healthcare costs have continued to increase, access has continued to decline, and the family doctor has all but disappeared. We have so many problems, and we've got to fix these problems. And it really is time to move on these long and two left-wing Democrats who have control of the budget. Even under Republicans, they have control of the budget because they always threaten to shut down the government or harm senior citizens or babies or something like that. Your opponent has voted for every penny of red ink, hasn't she? Every penny of the trillions of dollars in debt that the people in Wisconsin and this country face. She's voted for every penny of it, hasn't she? Oh, 100%. Look, she voted for Joe Biden 95.5% of the time. So she's voted for everything that has created the inflation.
Love this game, by the way.
Americans, the grocery prices, their energy costs, their housing costs, you name it. Look, she doesn't know anything about the economy. She says it's greedflation. It's corporations being greedy. And as I like to say, corporations, it was all because of that. Then why haven't they been greedy the last 40 years? And by the way, are farmers being greedy because they're passing on the increase in their input costs? Of course not. It's just a ridiculous argument. None of these people have any kind of economic understanding. It's embarrassing. When I listen to Senator Baldwin or Kamala Harris talk about economics, I literally shake my head. Half of me wants to laugh, the other half wants to cry because these people that are controlling our government finances. So look, we need a clean sweep. We got to get our country back because the simple fact is, great societies, how have they always failed? I don't care if it's the Roman society, the British, the Dutch, the different civilizations in China. It's they first lose their moral compass and then they bankrupt themselves. And sadly, that sounds a lot like America today. So this is just such a consequential election, and we really got to change course on almost everything and sweep these radicals out of office. You'd be a fantastic senator. Really, you'd be such an incredible improvement for the people of Wisconsin and this country. Eric Hubby, we wish you all the best. I'm assuming voting has already started in Wisconsin, yes? Yes, it's just getting ready. They mailed out so you can do mail-in ballots. So, yes, it's critical. We're in the final stretch right now. Take their system and use it against them. Hubby, thank you, my friend, and we wish you all the best. Thank you so much, Mark. Really appreciate it, everyone. We'll be right back.
That awakening is yours.
Were your supplements developed by amateurs or pros? Doctors preferred supplements are doctor-developed using clinically validated ingredients and triple-tested for purity and potency.
But for medical grade burglary and other doctors prefer products, they still can be.
Right.
We trust each other. I've got his back and he's got mine. And that's all there is to it.
I'm going to go to diagnosis with leukemia. This person needed to get stronger.
So sweet.
A couple of days. It's going to show up. Streaming now. Box Nation.
Won't lead you astray. That's the whole reason I'm here.
When your kid is hurting, there's nothing you can do about it. That's the worst feeling in the world.
Hey, wasn't that...
I don't
don't think anybody ever expects to hear that their child has cancer. It's always one of those things that
You
happens to
understand
somebody
what just
else.
happened.
But it's
By connecting with others,
definitely feels like your soul is sucked out of your body and you tell you that you're baby.
and further, you and all your allies
And we would do anything to get them to the best place that they can be for their treatment.
Your other
And I'm doing everything in my soul to save
He
you.
said he had some training in magic.
Join the battle to save lives by supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
You so desire it.
Please call or go online right now and become a St. Jude partner in hope for only
Dreams to
$19,000.
use this power too?
My name is Archie. I'm at St. Jude because I had osteosarcoma. Osteosarcoma is a special cancer tumor.
If you see cancer,
So they had to amputate my arm.
Good kid.
For SAJ, you don't ever have to worry about how much treatment costs. You never get a bill, ever, for any of it.
When you call or go online with your credit or debit card, you will receive this St. Jude t-shirt you can wear to show your support to help St. Jude save the lives of these children.
Without the donors, St. Jude wouldn't be here.
Thank you so much. You have saved so many kids.
Let's cure childhood cancer together.
It won't be hard to find someone to fix this. So before I started Angie's List, different story. A lot has changed for us at Angie since then, but the issues facing homeowners are the same. And the solution to skilled local pros. Get started at Angie.com.
And here we go. Consumer cellular uses the same powers as big wireless, and then passes the savings on to you.
So I get the same fast nationwide coverage if I switch.
Yep. For all through Texas, reliable coverage starting at just $20. Call Consumer Cellular.
Want the effective Viagra but faster? Meet Rose Sparks. They contain sildenafil and tadalafil. Sparks dissolve under the tongue. Dissolve a work faster than its tools. See if Sparks are right for you at ro.com/sparks.
Hell yeah, they're dudes. Hey, dude, stop it now. I've been doing dude stuff. Girls and busy guys, Sundays on Mondays, and anytime on the road.
Welcome back to America. I want to read you the first paragraph of the Declaration of Independence. To inspire you. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires, that they should declare the causes which impel them to separation. We don't seek separation. We seek our country. We seek a government that represents us. And we need to make a declaration too. On early voting, November 5th.
I see.
We need to show our fellow
Turn you into a mage.
that we have to put the right people in power to help us get our freedoms back. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. And this nightmare with Joe Biden, Harris, and their administration. Let's put it in the basement past. Let's vote Harris.
Right here.
Let's clean it. I'll see you next time on Life, Liberty, and Liberty.
Yeah, it's coming handy, mage class.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on Triviality this Sunday night in America. In the wake of natural disaster, people need help and hope. That help comes in many forms: neighbors, and churches, and charities, and yes, even government. Because government comes in many forms: first responders, law enforcement, firefighters, school teachers, men and women in uniform. It's part of the so-called government trying to help after death and destruction. What was not done during the Bible is misinformation. There's enough in life to complain about manufacturing things. We saw it after Katrina and hurricanes in Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands that somehow people didn't care, or they cared less because the victims didn't look or sound like them. It's an awful thing to live. And now, Eileen and Milton, Rob
impacted by natural disaster. He also served our country in uniform. Welcome, Congressman. Thank you for your service. Our thoughts are with you and others impacted by this latest storm as we were. Elaine, first tell us about your district, how folks are doing, and what you need that you're not getting.
Yeah, Trey, I have Palm Beach County, Martin County, St. Lucie County, Florida, all on the east coast of Florida. Not impacted by hurricane damage really at all. Tremendously devastated by, let's say, roughly a dozen tornadoes across those 3 counties. I don't know if you saw images of 60-foot construction dumpsters on roofs, one trailer on top of another. We had a number of fatalities. It was really a lot of devastation, specifically from tornadoes ahead of the hurricane.
All right, there have been allegations that FEMA's out of money, that you guys and gals should be back in D.C. I mean, I know what October is like. It's an in-district work period. You're actually talking to the people that you work for. But I can't help but think if FEMA needed more money, Mark Johnson, who's also from a hurricane-prone state, would bring you all back. So what's the truth about FEMA and the money?
Yeah, so let's talk about both FEMA and Small Business Administration because you and I both know they both deal with disaster management. So as it relates to FEMA, you're aware of the continuing resolution that just passed. They got another $20 billion into FEMA in that recent continuing resolution. We haven't heard, I'm saying all of representatives, 435 representatives, haven't been called by FEMA on a conference call and said, hey, listen, this is what happens because of North Carolina and the Panhandle of Florida and the east coast of Florida where there were tornadoes and we're down to this many hours. We haven't got that briefing. We need to know exactly where FEMA stands. I will tell you something else about it. Tomorrow's a federal holiday. My understanding is they're planning on working on a skeleton crew and not being in the federal offices where those FEMA requests are coming in from all those other places around the country. That's something that could change. Moving to SBA, Senator Rick Scott and I were discussing this yesterday as he was on the ground in my area, and it appears SBA, who does those 1%, 2% disaster is, if not on one, very, very close to it. Is experiencing the same thing certainly in various sections of my region.
Well, Congressman, one thing you will never hear me say is that y'all are on vacation, because that's just not simply not true. I mean, it's easy for people who didn't serve to say, well, they're not in D.C., they must be, on recess or vacation. The truth of the matter is you're with the people you actually work with. You're in your district, and that's a rare privilege. I'm sure if you need to come back, Mike Johnson will bring you back. Otherwise, we're just going to have to believe that the agencies have the resources they need to do it. Brian Max, continuing to serve our country in uniform and out. Thank you for your service. See you soon. Congress control the House. If FEMA needs money, it's as simple as bringing Congress back from recess and passing a bill. Speaker Mike Johnson says FEMA has money for now, but others claim D.C. is where things should be and not in their districts, listening to the people they actually work for. Joining us is someone with a vested interest in the truth. He represents a part of North Carolina that was
Excellent. These are all the uniforms. DLC. Stupid me. I bought the game and then I bought the DLC. I ended up paying more, so I didn't have enough at the time. It was $120 on sale for the DLC in the game, and I just bought the game at like whatever it was, and then I bought the DLC at whatever it was. It was more expensive, but it's the only way I could pull it with the paychecks that I had at the time. Oops. Cool. If I tell you this, I don't want you to be upset. According to the actual footage that was released to the population of the moon landing was fake. And there's one reason why. I'm not going to give you the whole spiel, but the main reason is his boots. His actual boot did not have any ridges at the bottom. It was flat, and it looked like, do you know the top of rollerblades? Not the rollerblades, but the top of them. They look like them, rollerblades, but it was a very silicone. There was no ridges. So the ridges were on the landing, but there was no ridges. His actual boot didn't have any ridges. But the landing on the moon had ridges. So that's just one thing I want to point out to you. Currently, it was a Cold War. They were in an arms race against Russia, and that's why they did it. Called CIA. They're called CIA. They're called Separate Organization for Plausible Deniability is what it's called, okay? The only people that knew about it were heads from NASA and all the heads that were around. That's crazy, man. A lot of stuff went down the old days, I guess, eh? Jeez. Okay.
I believe that we see a couple things playing out here. One is it's an opportunity for a federal agency to say, send me more money. And one is it is a way for the Biden organization, the Biden administration, to divert attention away from the horrible initial response that we had from FEMA here in Western North Carolina.
All right, follow through on that. The initial response from FEMA. Tell us how that was deficient or insufficient.
Yeah, sure. The storm was over at 10 a.m. on Friday. It was Tuesday before we saw the first boots on the ground from FEMA, before we saw the first helicopters bringing in supplies that we desperately needed. We had power out. We've got water systems out all over the district. It took well over 3 days to get any response. One particular county that I represent, it took 6 days before we saw any sign of activity from FEMA. And now that they're here, the system is just clunky. There's terrible communication with our local governments. They still don't have many of the things that we need here in Western North Carolina. We've got counties that are asking for temporary housing for folks that have lost their homes. There are places that we do not yet have FEMA workers set up to take applications. It's really been a poor response.
Congressman Chuck Edwards, representing a part of the world that was devastated by a storm. The storm is over, but the effort to recover is not. Thank you for joining us on Sunday night.
All right. Thank you very much for having me.
Coming up, Vice President Harris is running for president, but you wouldn't know it based on the questions she's getting from her friends in the media. Betting a commander-in-chief by talking about naps and beer. Katie Padler is next on Sunday Night America.
Hey, Scott, this stuff's perfect for fall, right? Yeah. You know now, strength needs all winter, you're better known this. I know. It says it right there in the back.
Why can't I see him in his fucking uniform? That pisses me off.
Caring about Dodger's overall health is as important as my own. That's why it was such a logical step to partner with Chiefs. I love the first ingredient is a high quality protein. He genuinely loves every time I shake the bag, he drops a run.
Look at the city living these MFEs with their silver spoons eating up the financial favors of the 1%. What would become of latest cover rubbing with gold and those others who earn their very liberal cash unlimited 2,000 bonuses and handsome retirement in their shape? They would descend into chaos. Merciless chaos.
Do you know who we are? We are the kids you champion every day. We are the ones who dream big, and because of you, our dreams become a reality. These are more than just words. This is what we're all about. This is Shriners. Because for more than 100 years now, Shriner Children's has been on a mission to provide the most amazing care anywhere. It's working. With more than 100 access points to care, Shriners Children is able to reach more kids and even more kids all around the world. When we need them the most, their amazing doctors and nurses are treating kids in the U.S., Canada, Mexico, and Latin America, and from more than 100 other countries too. And the best part? They're doing all of this regardless of a family's ability to pay, and someone else helps make it all possible. You. Ooh, you.
Oh, you can't change his, eh? Interesting.
When you go online to loveshriners.org or call this special number with your monthly gift, it will make a difference too.
Your donation, large or small, helps Shriners Children's do new research, create life-changing treatments, and provide burn care to kids around the world. Every day, people like you give families like ours the hope and healing we need. And when you give your monthly gift of $19 or more, we'll send you your very own Love to the Rescue blanket. It's a warm reminder of the incredible things you're making possible and that you're a part of something special. Because no matter where we come from or what language we speak, every kid deserves the most amazing care anywhere. So how can you help? Take a moment. Call or go online to loveshriners.org and start filling our world with more hope, healing, and possibility.
Captain Klinger!
Visuals, Lisa, our night, the night watch. And then there are really big spots Wednesday. Are you ready for that?
They want their way to the league. But can they hold their territory?
I'm going to challenge this one.
Or will they fall under the pressure?
I know my stuff.
This year, only Wednesday after the Mass Singer on Fox.
Monday, this race is very close. And small swings in momentum can make a huge difference.
Jesse breaks down the latest campaign moves on prime time.
What would you do again?
I'm Chris. All my friends call me Remake.
What should I call you?
Save.
Could I go over with the driver? Fine.
Think you're a better driver when you're high? Think again. Smoking weed affects reaction time and concentration. A message from Matt Canada. When you get together with friends and family, remember to ride. Reduce impaired driving everywhere. Because ride starts with you. It starts with a designated driver. And in the kitchen, with longer guests non-alcoholic drinks. When you call a friend to come and pick you up. And at the corner when you catch the last bus. In the driveway with a simple please, or in the living room when you decide to stay overnight. However you ride, thanks for doing your part to keep our roads safe.
looks more like batting practice for people.
So many people don't truly know what you believe or what you stand for.
What the American people do want is that we have leaders who can build consensus. What you have done is something differently from President Biden. There is not opposed to us.
Build consensus around what? We're a 50-50 country. That's why you had to break so many ties in the Senate as vice president. I wonder if she thinks sex change operations for death row inmates builds consensus. That she thinks sanctuary cities for unlawful migrants with crimes brings Americans together. That she thinks Americans are clamoring to let death row inmates vote. She can't think of a single thing she can differently from Biden. What about drowning a car full of kids in Afghanistan? What about the feckless withdrawal where American soldiers were killed? The border place in Israel? Nothing. It is what she dreams, but doesn't pass. I can't tell you how vitally important this bond is on in vetting the most important, powerful person in the world. Elsewhere, Donald Trump is campaigning across the country to rule out another debate. Joining us is townhall.com and Fox News contributor Katie Pavlis. Welcome, Katie. Baseball bear in the house. No UFC about why family members of murder victims should help pay for sex change operations for death row inmates. What would you ask for if you were doing this?
I would probably say, Madam Vice President, President Donald Trump continues to beat you handily on the top two issues Americans care about, illegal immigration and the economy. What would you do differently from Joe Biden?
Shit. I read this one already.
The economy is because they can contrast easily the Trump administration with the Biden administration. They don't like it.
Okay.
She had answers to those questions, and since she was put into the nomination by the Democrats, although they pushed Joe Biden out the door, despite his claims and despite things that the party that he made this courageous decision to step aside, give up power, just like George Washington. He was pushed out, and ever since then, she's tried to have it both ways. She wants to say that she's listening to Americans across the country and what their concerns are, but she doesn't have anything to say when it comes to changing some of the detrimental policies that she helped push over the finish line, as you mentioned, as the final vote, tie-breaking vote in the Senate under the Biden-Harris administration. Let's not forget, over the past 3.5 years, the White House has gone to great pains to make sure that it is Biden-Harris. It's all of these big, what they would say, policy accomplishments. And now all of a sudden, she wants to run away from it, but also stay with it because her positions in the U.S. Senate and her positions on the campaign trail herself as a candidate in the 2020 presidential cycle were so far left, she didn't get a single Democratic vote in the primary that she had to try out.
Yeah, I smile because she's trying to run to the middle, but it's such a long run for somebody from California to run in the middle.
It's a marathon.
Let's hear from the candidates, and then I want your take on something.
Donald Trump officially ruled out any more debates. I think it's a good start to the voters. I also think it's a pretty weak move.
So whether you're a Democrat or
Oh.
Republican, independent, this election is yours. Two separate nations in the world. Kamala Harris led you into this mess, and only Trump.
I'm also they were prepared candidate, can look and sound like, even with biased moderators. And Trump debated Harris with ABC moderators, but he says he won't debate her with Brett and Martha. Why not accept a debate with unbiased moderators?
Well, I think that both candidates would benefit from a debate on Fox News. However, I think it's important to look at the history here of this debate process. Donald Trump offered Kamala Harris 3 debates in August. He gave her dates, he gave her networks. She turned down all but one of them. Only after did she debate President Donald Trump did she decide she wants another debate, given it's one of the last options that Kamala Harris campaign has, given that the poll numbers did not go up for her after that first debate, despite people in the leftist media and Democratic circles thinking it went well for her. It didn't turn out well stir and change the dials in terms of people she needs in swing states on issues like the economy and illegal immigration. And so now all of a sudden, after these debates were offered at the beginning of this, she wants to say that Trump is weak when he offered to get these on the calendar and set in stone at the beginning. And so this is similar to what she wanted to do when Joe Biden had agreed to a debate with Donald Trump, the second debate, not the first one, not in the race. And then Paul Harris decided to walk right into that negotiation and then say, well, I'm here.
It is a little shit.
They said, no, we're going to renegotiate this debate contract. Basically, walk right into something that you weren't part of. And they tied that as well to say the president didn't want to debate her after offering three debates. So I think
That's crazy, man.
We know that they do. They're more independent to watch Fox than any other network. But from a strategic standpoint, the Harris campaign is being pretty dishonest about how it's this right now.
And maybe the former president thinks he can win without a second debate, and he may be right. Before I let you know, Tim Walz wants to be a heartbeat away from running a republic that he doesn't seem to like. He wants to change some pretty fundamental parts of it, like the electoral college. I mean, the electoral college is really, really important in terms of distinguishing us from other democracies. So they can call him Coach Walz, but he sounds more like Comrade Walz, where he wants to fundamentally change the really the foundation of this country, which is the electoral college.
Yeah, and he's not alone. His boss, Kamala Harris, also has said she wants to get rid of the filibuster to pass things like a national abortion ban. Of course, the electoral college makes sure that people in states with not as many people who are voting have a safe voice on a national level. And, you know, they try to act like they're moving to the middle on a lot of these issues. But the more that they come out and talk about this in the media, the fewer middle-of-the-road options they are providing people. That's what college is pretty important when it comes to preserving democracy, which is ironic given their campaigns that are for the past 2 months.
Yeah, it's a deal breaker for some people who consented to be governed the electoral college. Thank you, King Patrick. We'll see you soon. The job pays $174,000, but you need to raise millions just to get it. One of the most expensive races this year.
I lied to you once. There's one time I lied to you. That's crazy.
Will the GOP keep the House? And they come down in New York and California, two very blue states. Congressman Laura Jones is now a welcome congressman. Some of your GOP colleagues forget what actually gives them the majority for now. So they insist on forcing difficult votes with no chance the bill ever becomes law. It's for social media and fundraising purposes. How does that help you folks in tough races with general elections to have to cast these kind of messages?
Well, listen, we're all on the same team fighting for the same thing: secure the border, keep our community safe, and drive down the cost for Americans. Yeah, sometimes we've got to take some votes we don't like. But there's better than anybody. America's got their own perspective, and they're just fighting hard here at home.
All right, the majority determines who the speaker is, but also committee chairs, the agenda, the calendar, the rules committee. I mean, the House and the Senate are different. Being a minority in the House is powerless. Maybe not the Senate, but if it weren't for you guys and gals in California and New York, and still he was in a minority, it is a powerless party in the House, right?
Well, listen, we got a question. I once served in the minority in the New York State Legislature. I get it. Certainly the majority allows us to do things that people expect of us. And yeah, to your point, that majority runs through New York, it runs through California. And certainly in my case, the 19th Congressional District, much of upstate New York, is right on the front line. And let's say this, my colleagues, the Republican caucus understands this. We've got folks sitting in at my race, being outside from around the country, because they know that if we are going to push back against policies that frankly have left our southern border wide open and made this country less safe and less affordable, they need us at the table. And so again, we'll take the votes, but more importantly, we're fighting to make sure that the folks we represent understand that this is a consequential election, and we need to hold the majority.
I mean, it literally, I guess, in theory, could come down to your race. You mentioned upstate New York. I know Lee Stefanik is from up there. I know Lee Zeldin ran very well in a very difficult state when he ran for governor. Are you getting the help you need from colleagues who are not in tough real
who can literally sleepwalk their way through November. Are you getting the help you need from them?
Absolutely, but if you're watching now and you want to be helpful, visit marchforus.com. marchforus.com. But yeah, we are. Listen, speaker of leadership, police, police and person great testify. Everybody understands that the seats in New York need to be held. And by the way, the basic one-party rule, right? This is the rule of the state of New York. These guys who fought hard. We still have a state government, though, that makes it more difficult for law enforcement to do its job. We shoulder the highest taxes of any people in the country. And upstate New York leads the nation in out-migration. You know this. New Yorkers leave for our state to other states because they're shouldering too much cost, all because of the decisions made by the single-party rule in New York State. And we're the counterbalance. We're the ones pushing back. We're the ones making sure we've got to drive down costs and keep our communities safe.
Before I let you go, I'm a viewer in your district. Give me the one biggest area of distinction between you and your opponent. I'm undecided. I'm trying to make up my mind. Biggest point of distinction between you and your opponent.
My opponent spent the last 20 years working for a Washington, D.C. law firm fighting to dismantle border security. Thanks to his work, we have Alejandro Mayorkas with like 10.5 million illegal immigrants into this country, sadly, leaving us less safe, taking and stealing good American jobs. When my opponent worked in the U.S. Senate, wrote a bill to grant massive amnesty to those 10.5 million people, and all the things you worry about, hotels, transportation, credit cards, cellular phones, all given to those coming to this country illegally. They want Social Security to checks to go to individuals came into this country illegally. They want to give the right to vote here in New York to those who came into this country illegally. That's his plan. That's his policy. That's what he fought for. That's what he'll do in Congress. And that's why we're keeping up the fight. Secure the border, keep our communities safe, and make our communities affordable again.
I want Americans to stay alive and not be killed. That's what I'm most interested in. Congressman Mark O'Connor, thank you for joining us on the Sunday night.
Trey, be well. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Up next, DC media is already foreshadowing how the Supreme Court might determine who wins the 2024 presidential race. Former AUSA and Fox News contributor Andy McCarthy next on Sunday Night America.
Christian jobs teach these boys to worship is what it means to me. My little brother was diagnosed with leukemia. It just pushes me to be stronger.
He's so sweet.
In a couple of days. Yes, come on, show us. I always be trusting God.
If you have a team that deserves to be God.
Streaming down. Explain 17 years of outperformance in 30 seconds. It can't be done. We can tell you that we've got the merchant investments because investors like us deserve a better option. We're proud of being the largest investors in merchant. Yet we've never made an investment decision in 30 seconds. We don't expect you to either. So when you have more time, learn how Origin can help you generate passive income and grow your wealth. Nice Oakley, Steve. Where'd you get it? JoeVex.com. Hey, I didn't get me one of those. Where'd you get it? JoeVex.com. Hey, Steve, nice boots. Where'd you get them? JoeVex.com. Easy.
Exclusive deals for first responders, military, and law enforcement only at JoeVex.com.
So what do you call out trying to hit the home? I'm here. Hit that down. Keep it. With the same thing. GranBlue's got you back. If you want to walk, play with the sportsbook born in Vegas. Easy. Get up to a $1,500 new customer offer and bonus bets when you sign up now. BetMGM. Download it. Bet today.
help us to be brave.
It's like God speaks in the moment.
What would you care about? What would you care
Feel
about?
it as it's unfolding.
You believe you waste them 5 well.
Yes.
Did you see?
What would you care about? My young friend, you are truly as remarkable as others fated to awaken to their own power will be naturally drawn to you. To reach the lineage of power's greatest potential, you must acquire more archetypes and bring them together. After all, a hero without allies is nothing more than a lone dissenter. To save the many, you must learn to fight together with the many. Only a champion of the people may accept the power of heroes, and with it, choose a future of their own making. When next you come to see me, I hope you will be solved. Open your eyes and let your imagination conjure this place anew, as vividly as you make it. I'm sure there will be enough to ignite us. As long as you want.
When your cat's hungry, you definitely know. When he wants your attention, he makes it clear. If he wants to be left alone, he makes it obvious. But if your cat has OA pain, also known as osteoarthritis, he may be saying out in different ways. It's a long-lasting condition that makes it painful for your cat to move like he once did, like when walking or climbing. Red flags are everywhere. The cats are really good at hiding their pain, but you just need to know what to look for. Visit catredflags.com to learn about the signs of OA pain and how your vet can help.
Have we been here this whole time?
It was strange, as if I felt something in the air. My senses sharp.
Welcome to Fox's Manchester, New York. With just under 23 days until Election Day, both presidential candidates are on a battleground blitz, making a final appeal to voters. Former President Trump is heading to Oaks, Pennsylvania for a town hall Monday night. He's expected to address mass energy and considering distracting. Then it's on to the battleground state of Georgia, where Mr. Trump will hold events in Atlanta and Duluth. Vice President Kamala Harris will also be in Pennsylvania Monday. Democratic contender will speak at a rally with Senator John Fetterman in Erie County. Both campaigns say the Keystone State is a must-win. Several more battleground states are starting early voting this week. It begins in Georgia on Tuesday, North Carolina on Thursday, and Nevada on Saturday. I'm Ashley Strohmeyer, and I'm back to Sunday Night in America.
I know we've given up on it, but fate had other plans.
Welcome back to Sunday Night America. You knew it was the DC media biting his fingernails over how Supreme Court may have lied could intervene in this election.
We haven't the
A
luxury
little
of time
bit
to
of a
play
break
with
from
it.
helping elect on election. The speaker to let him have a play-by-play role in reviewing votes cast and by whom and how and when they're counted. Alexander Hamilton would be back if he could. He worried the judicial branch might be too weak. Joining us, a former federal prosecutor and Fox News contributor, Andy McCoy. Welcome.
5 days
Counselor, how do our viewers break down that state? But there are times the high court could be involved. How do we know when it's warranted and when it's not? Well, you know, Trey, it's really strange to have
Excellent.
this be an issue when we actually had this 4 years ago, where there was a lot of litigation and the Supreme Court did reluctantly get involved. But I think we can take away from that lesson and from some of the things the court has said, especially
Justice Thomas in a concurrence a while back. The time to litigate the things that come up in elections, the best time for that is in the 2 years or 4 years leading up to the election. To try to do it in the time frame from when the election happens to get that very, very tight window where the vote has to be certified at the state level and the result has to be ratified by Congress, it's really not enough time to do a thoroughgoing investigation into something like fraud, for example. That stuff really has to be litigated, the ballot access stuff has to be litigated in the years before the election.
All right, Andy, with COVID, some states made changes that angered Republicans. And now with the hurricanes, there may be changes made in red or swing states. Who decides whether it's a fair change or if it's a change that's trying to tip the scales of an election? Who gets to initially make that decision?
The initial decision is made at the state level. And then I think that the 30,000-foot federal issue, especially as we get closer to the election, is whether it's too late to change the rules. There's a whole line of authority that the Supreme Court follows, which frankly allows it to duck a lot of the issues that maybe it should actually pay more attention to. But, at a certain point, Trey, I think they kind of ring the bell and say, look, the rules are what the rules are. And you can't change them after that. So if a state tries to do something that is a material change in what the process was going to be immediately prior to that, the court could jump in and say, yes, you can, or no, you can't. But other than that, I wouldn't expect to see much.
All right, here's Joe Biden on the state of our democracy, and I'll ask you a question on the other side.
Do you have confidence that it will be a free and fair election and that it will be peaceful?
I'm confident in free and fair. I don't know whether it'll be peaceful. Things that Trump has said and the things that he said last time out when he didn't like the outcome of the election were very dangerous. Some Democrats challenged certification in the past. They promised to do so again and said Republicans can only win by cheating. Biden indicted his opponent and had a plan to expand the Supreme Court he doesn't like. Let me ask you this very quickly. What is the state of fairness in our country? Do people care about winning fairly, or is it just winning, period? Can either side accept losing without claiming it was rigged?
I think most Americans can. I think the unfortunate development, but you're more of an expert having lived in that field than I am, but to my mind, Trey, the biggest change in our elections, and I want to bring this back to like the Obama years, I think, is we went from the idea that candidates should try to build out and get a bigger coalition to the idea that elections are basically turn out the base kind of elections, which makes for a very different kind of politics. And I think at the polar points, people only care about winning and losing. I still believe most Americans believe that if you have a fair say and the election doesn't appear to have been rigged, then we can live with it if we lose. But we need to feel like if we lose that the process has integrity. And I still think most people feel that way.
Well, I'm glad you and I had jobs where it matters not only the result, but the process.
Let's save this.
They were both equally important. I think we're lucky we had those jobs, and I'm lucky to have you as a guest on the Sunday night. So thank you, Counselor, sending the bill.
Excellent. And we'll catch you guys on the next one, all right? Stay tuned. It's going to be good.
You too. Coming up, war rages in the Middle East as some U.S. officials want Israel to share military